All right, let's get this started. So, if you haven't seen it already, you can do an exclamation mark mods in the chat, and it'll give you a link to the mods that we're running. We've got, the list of mods over here. There's a couple that are in that playlist, but aren't turned on because they're not enabled for the new version, which is too bad because I really like the Reclaim Fabric mod. It's absolutely one of my favorites. It's one of those things I feel should be in the base game, just because it makes it so much more satisfying. But there you go. So we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff running here. But the big one that's going to change the gameplay is the Zombieland mod. Most of my mods that I run don't tend to change gameplay too dramatically. Like, I don't run any of the mods right now that, like, change up the combat or the weapons, although some really good ones for that. Mostly it's about, like, UI tweaks or slightly extra features just to make things a little bit more interesting. But Zombieland is going to pretty dramatically change the game. And there's going to be no better example than that than when we start the game and you see the options that Zombieland provides for us. Just realized I have to unmute Rimworld. There we go. Not that it's got a little bit of music in the background right now. So we're going to start with the standard scenario, but we are going to use Prepare Carefully to tweak it. I'm only going to run this on rough. This is still going to be insanely hard, as you're going to see in a moment. In a certain sense, the Cassandra Classic setting is not going to be the source of difficulty for the game. So, I guess, yeah, we'll just use the defaults for creating the world. Here's a seed if you want to duplicate my world over here. We'll only do the 30% globe coverage because that's more than enough to run the game. There's no reason. I should get the mod that gets rid of incapability of dumb labor. Oh, there's a mod for that? Only on rough, you're crazy. Zombie mod is very hard. Yeah, it's insane. So this is, I think, the thing that might sell you on the idea that, okay, this mod's going to be a little crazy. There's a setting for the maximum number of zombies allowed, and it defaults to 1,000. 1,000 zombies can be on the map at the one time. That's a lot. I think I'm going to leave the default setting. Zombies spawn at night. They spawn at the map edges instead of, like, burrowing out of the ground. They attack human-like creatures. You could set it to everything so they attack animals too, but I think we're just going to set it to human-like creatures. That's going to be okay. They just try to smash through doors. Their senses. You can tune their speed and their strength and a few things. I'm going to leave the default. Yeah, only 1,000 enemies at once? Easy. Yeah, FPS drops too, probably. Apparently, especially once you get the turrets down, it might be a little weird, but they've been doing some tweaks on that, so we'll see how it goes. So, we're going to leave the defaults. We literally might only be around for about, like, half an hour, and then we'll see what we want to do after that. So, we got an Australia-ish kind of world going on here. I think we're just going to plop ourselves down kind of in the middle. Maybe by this road. We can do something with the river, too, potentially, to see some of the new features. What if we do this? That way we can see some of the new map gen features in Alpha 17. So we'll see a road and a river. I don't know exactly what it's going to do for us. This is temperate forest. Oh, it's flat. I don't want it completely flat. Like, I don't want to burrow into the mountains or anything, but I don't want it completely flat. And that's it. Everything here is just going to be that. We'd have to go to... maybe right here? No, mountainous isn't what I'm looking for either. I want, like, just small hills would be fine. Large hills, large river. Maybe we'll do that. Large hills, large river right over here. What do we think? I think that's going to be fine. Temperature is entirely reasonable. It's going to be, like, very normal experience from that point of view. Plus a river, which might or might not... mountains are too dangerous ever since insects got introduced. Yeah, in fact, like, I kind of only want... I would prefer small hills because I want to build, like, our base mostly out of wood. What about this right over here? No, large hill. Ancient asphalt road. Now, we'll start over here. I think that's going to be fine. So, we'll hit... I don't know, there might be somewhere else. Flat, flat... like, it'd be great if we had both things. Well, here we've got small hills and a dirt path. No river. I don't think I can find a combination of all three. Because that's flat. We need a Dwarf Fortress-esque way to, like, search. For criteria. Find me a tile... we'll go here. We'll go here. Small Hills, River. That's what I want. Done. Next. Okay. So we'll do the normal thing where we mostly kind of randomize who we've got, although I do have to prepare carefully mod because we may have to do a few tweaks. Now, we're going to set a few criteria here. First of all, I want everyone to be able to shoot because we're going to need that. That's going to be one of the things. We need 3 decent shooters. Then we're gonna make sure, and we can do it through prepare carefully to tweak things as well, that we've got someone who can, someone who can doctor, someone who can intellectual, and someone who's. They don't even need a high rating for, say, cooking. As long as they've got some passion for it, that's going to be okay. So this person, actually, you could just beat the crap out of people in melee, which would be okay. Wimp is going to be bad, because even a little pain will immobilize you. No, we can't do that. That would be too hard to deal with. Ex-lover. There's some drama. I don't like Slowpoke. I mean, that's really bad. Although, everything else about this is okay. Maybe we'll just remove Slowpoke in the prepare carefully. Someone with asthma is too bad. Careful shooter, hard worker, pretty. Okay. We don't want frail. Jogger's good. Good shooter. Okay, we've got 2 really good shooters. Emmy, it has some shooting skill. What we're going to do, and again, we're going to tweak a little because we're kind of going to have to. So Emmy over here, I'm going to just go and enable a little bit of passion on shooting so we can at least get a little bit of experience as we go on, because it's going to be super important. Super important. I like this. I'll just re-roll the traits. I don't want Brawler. People are going to have to shoot. There we go. Industrious, chemical interest, so that we've got both a teetotaler and someone with chemical interest, so they're going to get along real well. Good shooting skill, passion for shooting, that's going to be okay. Someone who can grow is good. Someone who can social is good. Do we have anyone who's intellectual? Do we have anyone who's a doctor? Because we're going to need this shit. We're going to increase your age so you get an adulthood trait. Incapable of violent, no. Capable of dumb labor, no. Glitter World Surgeon, there we go. So you'll be our medical person, and you start with 0 intellectual, but I'll give you passion for it. So there you go. So now we've got most of our basic roles. We can have a good crafter, even though if we get to the stage where we care about crafting, I'll be shocked. We have known with passion for construction, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Zombie brawlers who punch zombies in the face. I mean, we could at some point try an all brawler thing. Anyway, the other thing I'm going to do, so relationships. So we have, thought there was still someone with an X. The other thing we're going to change up is a little bit. We're not going to come with a dog. I know, I'm sorry. We're not going to start with a dog because it's just going to get killed. We're going to remove the plasteel knife. We're going to remove the bolt action rifle because what I want is 2 pistols and a shotgun. Because that to me feels. Is it combat shotgun? Shotguns are a thing in the base game, right? Oh, not resources. Derp. Weapons. Not chain shotgun. What the hell are you? What's the weapon called? Pump shotgun. There it is. There you go. 2 pistols and a pump shotgun. Short-range weapons for up-close zombie killing, but not melee. Boom. Pump shotgun. So there you go. Otherwise, we're... Twinkies? We start with Twinkies instead of survival packs? Is that normal? Is that new in Alpha 17? First of all, Twinkie's like a brand name, so there's no way that's going to be allowed. Maybe it's a mod. Maybe it's one of my mods is doing this, but... Why not try the new shotgun, though? What, the chain one? I'm assuming the chain shotgun is better. Yeah, it's worth 750, so we don't want to start with too much goodness. Oh, it's Zombieland! Oh, yeah, okay. All right. I was, like, really confused there. Okay, so that's where we're going to go. So we'll rename these characters, certainly. So, first we're going to have... Ashikisada. And your name is too long. We're missing one letter. Ashikisad? Or Ashiki... I will leave that in. Ashikisad. There we are. And the next person here is going to be Kravek. I think you've been a dwarf multiple times. And finally, we're going to have... Oh, Nero Hey! Welcome to the party. So there you go. That's going to be our trio to get started. I don't think we've missed anything too much over here. Let's go. Yes, we're done with our customization. There were no weird injuries, right, that we had to worry about. Someone's going to start with a bite scar. Tell you what, we'll just get rid of it. People are going to have plenty of injuries as we start. So everyone's like a very combat-capable person that has no injuries right now. That way we know that any injuries that our pawns develop over time will actually be, like, from the zombies or from other bullshit that happened when we go in there. When you get a good cook, can I be her? Well, I randomize the subscriber list to name people, so we'll see. We are going to go. And I'm very curious to see what our map's going to look like here. Where's my soda? Dun, 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 dun. First victim is known. Nirlosa will probably die. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So this is the standard start overall. We're crash landing over here. Just going to pause once our people are out. Let's take a look at this map. It is pretty damn open. We have 3 days before the zombies start. So we've got a little bit of time to start building up our base. We've got some natural cover over here. Also, if we end up building over here, we've got the ability to do some mining sort of close to our base. That might be good. Obviously, we can't farm here, but we could farm down here. So I'm kind of thinking this is gonna kind of be our base for natural cover. Of course, if we dig too deeply and greedily into the mountains, we might get some insects, but that's a problem for another day. Can you tame zombies? No, you can't interact with zombies at all. You can't even click on them. The mod creators tried to strip out as many things as possible from the zombies to reduce lag as much as possible, since there are so many things going on. So I guess we'll start by setting up some work priorities. Obviously, we want, you know, the firefight patient to be maxed. Doctoring is going to be there. We might have to... Actually, can do some medical stuff. Kravik may or may not want to, like, medical himself. We'll see how it goes. And high priority on haul plus. This is one of the mods. Like, it adds an extra high priority hauling job over here if you need something done instantly. And I always want flick to be at the max for everyone so that someone goes and flicks a switch. So Nero is our socialist, person with social skills. I need to move my head. Here? I don't think that'll cover things up as much if I'm over here. We'll have to see. Negotiate, that's good. Cooking's got to be super high priority. We're gonna, I mean, we may turn on hunting at some point, but right now it's not particularly relevant. Okay, I think since we've got no passion for construct, everyone's gonna have it on. Growing's always got to be a top priority. When that's happening, we've got some passion for that. We're gonna set everyone on a 2 for mining. The 2 people who can plant cut are gonna go there. Smithing, tailoring, art is irrelevant right now. We need a really high priority haul. We'll figure out the rest after. But because what we have to do, so we've got 3 days before the zombies spawn. And when they do, they're going to be at the edge of the map. We have to get everything hauled into our base before anything crazy happens. So haul first, then really mine / plant cut, then really construct is mostly what's going to be going on. And that's going to be our priority. We got to get everything indoors. You know, we get the water here. This is deep water, right? No one can cross through deep water. Although we can't build on shallow water. Still, if we ended up doing something... Yeah, you can't build on there. But if we built something like this, and this was the front door of our base, for example, some zombies would come this way, and we could safely shoot them across there while they try to path around this way. Would it be too tricky to build defenses? I mean, we could do something like this, put some traps in here. I don't know if there's much of an advantage to doing this. And then this water becomes really awkward to build around. I think the answer is no. A little bit of rich soil to the south of the river. Oh yeah, the little darker soil here. I just think this would become very tricky. I mean, unless, you know, we just build sort of here. That might be good, actually. If we ended up, let's just ballpark some stuff, right? If we did something kind of like this, and again, we sort of had the main entrance and exit to our base over here. And we imagine just walling things off kind of this way, just roughly. I mean, this is not what we're going to stick with. That might be okay, and we can always grow a little more this way. And yeah, it's nice that there's not as many direct routes. There's we can build a few sandbags over here to shoot some people across the river. I mean, they can squeeze through here and everything fine, but don't forget power from the steam geyser. Yeah, we got a steam geyser over there and there. Right, there's not another one just in near vicinity. This is a good spot here, this one here. It'll be very easy to reach and enclose. I'm thinking that this is probably something kind of reasonable to think about getting started with. Now, I like to build my main structures with 11 internal units of space. So like that. And the reason I do that is because while you can actually have a 12 by 12 internal space, because you can roof things that are up to 6 tiles away from a wall. But the nice thing about an 11 by 11 is that because it's an odd number, you can end up putting, you know, doors in like this. So that's kind of what I like to standardize on. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure to unforbid everything. And we are going to go and equip people. Do we want the shotgun to be the person who's the best at shooting or the worst at shooting? I don't know if it matters. What's the range? 24 on a pistol. We might want to have... I'm thinking the worst shooter, whoops, gets the shotgun. And chat's divided. Not really a surprise. So, Kravek, you're going to get the shotgun. And the other two are going to get pistols. I think that's going to be fine. So, we can't go too crazy with the building because we only have a limited amount of time before the zombies start to come. But let's start with this. We will get a stockpile zone in there like that. And we'll get a dumping stockpile in case it comes up. Just out there for now. We will assume we need to... I mean, we definitely need to chop some wood. We're going to try to do that as much as possible near the base, just to minimize travel time early on. And I'm also going to throw a harvest job on here, just because we are going to be a little shy on food early on. I don't think the Twinkies are the single most reliable. Think about friendly fire. Yeah, that's true. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do, we're going to keep all our people on aggro mode. When they see a bad guy, they're not going to run away from it. They're just going to start shooting it. Room's 11 by 11, or 11 by 12, not 11 by 11. I don't believe so. All right, so this is a 13 section. This is a 13 section. No, I mean, the doors wouldn't be centered if it was 11 by 12. So we're going to be okay. Push forward for an attack on Titan scenario and build multiple layers of walls. Yeah, maybe. But I think I'm okay to unpause. So we're going to do that. People are going to grab their weapons. So the top priority job will be to haul, although apparently the top priority job is going to be eat a Twinkie. Okay. Sure. Just for whatevs, we're going to go ahead and throw some sleeping spots down here. Because most likely we won't have bedrooms on the first night. So everyone's been told to haul first. So there's stuff all over the map that we've just gone and unforbidden. And they're going to prioritize doing that. Hauling jobs, I have the mod where haulers can bring construction material to site. So they'll also be prepping for that, which is fine. These are medicine plants, aren't they? Wild heal root. Okay, it's not all the way grown yet, but yeah, that's going to be real nice. Real nice for us. Oh, did they change the medicine to not have the Red Cross? Like, violation of the Geneva Convention thing, just like Prison Architect? It's a pretty silly thing. How long will it take for the zombies? So they'll start spawning. We've got 3 days before they start to come, and I've got it set they only spawn at night. So, and they spawn from the edges. So they'll start to build up over the edges of the map on the 3rd/4th night, depending on exactly how this timing works out. And then they will just keep growing. And they kind of wander randomly And then when they see one of us, then they'll start chasing. They don't go fast. You can kite. Although, do we really want to do that level of micromanagement? I don't know. Maybe. And again, if you need any questions, if you got any questions about the mods, you can just do !mod in the chat, !mods, and it'll give you a link to the mods that I'm using for this, as well as several other games. So yeah, a lot of hauling. Did they just replace all survival meals with Twinkies? That's really funny. I thought it was just like the starting setup, but I think they just did a 1-to-1 sub. Hopefully they're just as nutritious, you know, and as durable. That will make hunting very difficult. Yeah, no, hunting is basically going to be only if an animal happens to wander right by our base will we, like, hunt it. I'm not going to be hunting packs just anywhere. Although, I mean, we could start hunting really early to try to accrue food. We'll see how it goes. We are, of course, going to also do a bunch of farming relatively early. But yeah, it's important for us to get as many resources in the center of our base as possible before shit hits the fan. You eat zombies. It would be nice, but you can't. The zombie bodies deteriorate instantly. Again, just to mostly save performance and whatnot. A lot of spaceship parts around. That's very good. 2.5 days until the zombies come. Night's coming soon, too. So, I mean, we're going to sleep outdoors for the first night. That's going to be okay. You might want to focus on getting cremation up, or your dead might become undead. It could be. I actually don't know if there's a mechanic for turning your own people into zombies and how it works, if there is. I think there is, but I don't know the function and how it works. It does suck to have so many people with bad construction because we're going to be wasting a lot of time on failed construction attempts. That is going to be very, very, very unfortunate. I am going to preemptively, so I don't forget it later, and say this whole thing is going to be a no roof area. It's all going to be used for farming and solar power and wind power and all that kind of stuff. Can you tame zombies? That would be nice, but you can't interact with zombies in any way other than to shoot them. You can't even click on them. So, that was our first day. We did a whole lot of things, which is good. If there isn't a mechanic for people turning, then it is a real zombie game. Yeah, I wonder if, like, if they don't get, like, medical attention, or I don't know. There might be something. Oh, I should just set the work schedule, the sleep schedule like this, so they're not forced to sleep entirely through the night if they're not that tired. Hey, we got another tip in. Oh, we got one from Big Bean. Thank you very much, Big Bean. Not only did I get called back to work after being laid off for 5 months, I also get to watch Quill Stream. Today's a good day for sure. Oh, congratulations! Always nice to, like, have work again. It's fantastic. And Risen Dragonborn, thank you as well. Looks like I will have to try Rimworld. Yeah, absolutely. Rimworld's a great game. It's my favorite base building game right now. And it even surpasses Dwarf Fortress for me, which took a long, long time. But there's, like, so much stuff in this game now that, to me, it does everything, all the feels that I get from Dwarf Fortress are present here. Don't get me wrong, I'll still play Dwarf Fortress because it does other things. But this kind of hits everything. Rimworld has just gotten that good, which is very nice to see. Yeah, it would have been nice to have someone with real construction skill, because these walls are going to go up so goddamn slowly. Wow. Okay, we have 1.8 days until the zombies come. Keep building. Yeah, there's no Z level, but I mean, in Rimworld you wouldn't want any. People keep saying, oh, it would be cool to add. No, that completely changes the gameplay and makes it weird and wonky and stuff. Rimworld is perfectly fine as a single level game. It works very well like that. Dun, 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 dun. I like Factorio more than Rimworld. More to do. Well, they're very different games. They scratch very different itches. But yeah, Factorio is pretty goddamn good. Pretty goddamn good. Factorio feels a lot more sort of like one more turny in a way. Like, it's like, oh, I just got to build the next factory. Oh, I just got to set up one more train station. I got to just do a little bit more of this.